welcome to Millis Community Media's coverage of Millis Mohawk Varsity Volleyball. I'm Pauline alongside Wes Cote. We are high above the Marac Gymnasium for the season opener between your Millis Mohawks and the Medfield Warriors. We're going to take a time out here for introductions. We'll be back in one moment. And the teams meet at center court. Traditional handshake before we get started. A couple of superstitious touches of the net by Medfield. They come in a relatively small group. Medfield, of course, coming off 24 season, saw them go 13-8. Impressive 10-1 in Tri-Valley League last season. Wound up with the number 2 seed in the MIAA tournament, had a deep run in that, and has turned the page to 2025 for your Mohawks. They're a year older, a year more experienced. This was a relatively young crew of sophomores last season, and those sophomores are now juniors, couple seniors mixed in, one freshman. We'll go over the roster. We're going to touch on the starting lineup here. As I reacquaint myself, we got Timmy Kraus. See Ryan Fitzgerald in the back, along with Leland Judkins. Along your front, we have Pat Halloran, Henry Kiggin, the captains up front, and number 21, Luca Judkins in the back. Fitzgerald will head off as Frank DeLuca, the libero for your Mohawks, checks in. And we have our buzzer. We are underway. Jump serve heads over, catches the line, and service ace to get things underway here for Medfield. Takes early 1-0 lead. Tough read, a change-up serve. Not a lot on it, but certainly well placed. Number 11, Sam Stevens with the serve. That's collected. Let's see what the call is. We're going to see a net violation by Henry Kagan, point to the Warriors. Stevens with the jump serve, collected by DeLuca. Set it up front, big swing, collected out of bounds. Try to tip over the defense. Kagan with the set, locked up front, and that's going to land out of bounds. So big swing by Luca Judkins there. Dug out nicely by the Warriors. Stevens with the serve, better set this time. Up front, Halloran with the swing and the kill. Dylan McGuire will check in as Timmy Kraus heads off. Kagan with the jump serve, collected by the libero. Nice set, big swing, tips over. Dug out by Kagan, they send across. It's going to be, should have been wide, tried to be handled by number 8, trade on shoe. Bit of an unforced error there, well above his shoulders along that sideline. Just kind of lost track of where he was on the court. So the Mohawks cut into the early lead, 3-2. Kagan tosses it up. Nice serve, ace. Kagan brings the heat, well placed. We are tied at 3 early here in set number 1. Kagan with the serve, dug out nicely high, just about out of room. Dump it over, Kagan will set it. Big swing, McGuire puts it away. And the Mohawks rattle 4 in a row. Take the lead 4-3 here. Kagan with 3 points, tosses it up, jump serve. Dugout's gonna hit the roof. So we'll see that on occasion here at the Andy Marac Gymnasium. Small roof, couple vents running across. That dig goes up quickly, hits the ductwork. Kagan with ace. Kagan on fire early. The senior captain. Getting his 2025 season off to a good start. He'll pick up the unforced error there. He puts it into the net. So Medfield stops the 6-point run, collects the point. We are 6-4. Jump serve by Max O'Terry. Toss it up front, big swing. That's going to be long, but they handle it. Off the block, they try to dig it out. Luka Judkins unable to trace that one down. O'Terry with another serve. Both teams serving pretty well early. Big swing off the tip, falls. The Mohawks get the side out. Luka will head back to the service line, tosses it up. A big long serve, going to be out of bounds. Got underneath that, sailed on him. So Cassius Costabile throws it up, soft serve handled. Kagan with the set, Halloran blocked. Have to field it off the block, they send the free ball over. Kagan handles that, little miscommunication. DeLuca sends it backwards, off the net. And that is off a Medfield player out of bounds. Fitzgerald will head in, Halloran comes off. Halloran with a couple kills here early in set number 1. DeLuca, the libero, back to serve, floats one over. High pass up front. Big swing from the lefty, travels out of bounds, no touch. Oh, wait a minute, they're going to say it was touched. One ref saying no, another ref saying yes. I might have been influenced by head coach Chris Da Silva there, who kind of indicated it was just out of bounds. It was not. Nice pass up front by DeLuca, blocked out of bounds, no touch. So big swing by the Mohawks, deflected out of bounds off the block attempt. Mohawks hold on to their 2-point lead here, 9-7. McGuire heads off, Kraus heads in. Timmy throws it up, short serve, miss-hit into the tape. Timmy not happy with that effort. Elliott Webster tosses it up, and that is going to catch the net as well. Young Medfield team featuring only 2 seniors. Short bench tonight. Blazing serve. Leland Judkins with an absolute laser. Do yourself a favor, folks, and rewind that. Get a second look at that ace. Big serve's going to travel long, so that one gets away from Leland. So Medfield's libero, trade on shoe. Sends it over, Kraus passes it up front. They set to the middle. Fitzgerald with the swing. Medfield seat reads it well. They block it up front easily. It's kind of a slow developing play there for your Mohawks. Off the slow serve. Shoe tosses it up, a little more pace on this one, but passed up front nicely. Send it across, again blocked up front, dug out by the Mohawks. DeLuca send the free ball over. Shoe with the pass up front, they set, and let's see. Geez, certainly, I thought we might see a carry, a lot of palm to that ball, no call by the officials. Squads are tied at 11, nice and quiet in here for that serve. Could hear the traffic outside as Luka Judkins with the kill. DeLuca heads off, Halloran heads back to the front of the line. Fitzgerald with the jump serve, looks long, so service error is starting to pile up here a little bit for the Mohawks. 12-12, halfway through set number 1. Sam Stevens with the serve. That's handled over to Judkins. Big swing off the block's gonna fall. Kraus will head off as Dylan McGuire checks back in. So we got Judkins, Halloran, and Dylan McGuire along the front. Nice set, short set. They push it over. They're gonna get a free ball to the middle. Well read by Judkins. Kind of a broken play. Making some lemonade out of lemon offense there, but Kagan back to serve. Looks gonna be handled. Started to say it looked like it might be a little long. They opt the field. It was going to be close. 23 tries to dig it out. It's off of the venting system. Tape goes over. Medfield handles it. It's difficult. Try to toss it over. It's blocked up front. McGuire and Halloran combine. They go over them this time. Received by DeLuca, and the miss hit. Just a little off time by McGuire there. It's going to be the side out. Just a little off time, off target. Set up front, broken play for the Mohawks. Point to Medfield. 15-14 here in favor of your Mohawks. Pass is off target. They make it nice, and McGuire puts it away for the side out. Judkins heads back to the service line. See if he's got another one of those. Big serve, nicely done. Ace, can't reel that in. That's serving it to the libero, Taylon Shu. McGuire with another serve to Shu. This time he digs it out nicely. It's a hell of a play. They're going to send the free ball over. Regroup defensively, off target. Whole team's kind of scrambling there. They send it over into Coffin corner, put it away. Judkins can't get to it. They'll get the side out, and Judkins off the service line. Cassius Costabile. Cassius sends the floater over. DeLuca receives that. Short set off target. Halloran, nice adjustment. Not going to make it. 3 touches. Point to your Mohawks. Expand their lead to 18-15. Serve sent over by DeLuca. Big set off target. Just a little timing issue there for Medfield. Mohawks up 4, 19-15. DeLuca surveys, gets a sign from Coach Silver, sends it over. It's going to be a bit of a broken play, half free ball there on the mini swing. Over to Judkins, big swing off the block, and it falls. Defensively, Medfield just not able to react. Ball floated for a moment or two. Mohawks get to 20. Nice serve, off target, overpass, put away, Fitzgerald. We're gonna get our first time out of the season. So with the Mohawks 21 and the Warriors 15, we'll take a moment to pause with them. And the Warriors back on the court first. Coach Shu getting his message out, trying to reorganize his team. DeLuca will head back to the service line. This one gets fielded. Big swing off the block. It's going to hit the roof. Mohawks handle that. And they'll send the free ball over, regroup defensively. Set to the middle, big swing, dug out. That's Kagan. Fitzgerald will send the ball deep. That's going to travel long, so the timeout pays a dividend for Coach Shu of the Warriors. I'll collect the timeout, stop the bleeding here a little bit. So Mohawks 21. Little. Medfield making sure they got the right person at the service line. Jump serves nice. Judkins digs it out. DeLuca will send it over. Fitzgerald with a nice free ball. Sets that nice and deep. He set big swing 23, and he kills it right down the middle in between DeLuca and Judkins. 23, Elliott Webster with a big swing and kill. On a left-handed serve, bit of an overpass into the net. Warriors collect 3 in a row. Oliver Manuel back to serve. Mohawks would like the side out right here. This left-handed serve once again plays off the rafters. And as expected, Chris De Silva, head coach Chris De Silva of the Mohawks says, let's stop this momentum here. We'll take a timeout. And we'll take it with him. And we are ready to resume action here. Throws it up, and the timeout pays dividends for both coaches. Head coach Chris DeMilla. We'll see Dylan McGuire check off, and Timmy Krause comes in. Timmy tosses it up, floats that one, overpass. Mohawks can't collect it. Warriors do. Number 18, Nate Coterba, quick to that mishandled ball. He'll put it away. And Elliott Webster, 2-point game, 22-20 as we head down the stretch here. Miss-hit serve, handled by Judkins. They'll go back to him. Big swing. Can't block it over, and that falls out of bounds off of Medfield. So the Mohawks will send Judkins to the line with a chance to put away set number 1. Sends a floater over, overpass collected. Kagan tries to punch it away. Judkins collects it. Big swing. I'm gonna see, did he touch it? I'm gonna say no. It was close. So Judkins tries to change up, doesn't work out. Trade on Shu. Trade on, I believe, is the lone freshman on this Medfield squad. Sends it over. DeLuca passes it up front. They go to Judkins. Big swing. They block it up front. Number 11, James Sam Stevens. I think he prefers Sam. Big, big play. Right now we have a 1-point game. Trade on. Nice serve by the freshman. Oh, Judkins tries to put away from 15 feet. Can't do it. And we are tied at 23. And the Mohawks will take yet another timeout. See if they can collect the side out here and get into a game point serving situation. 23-23, we'll be right back. And we are back to pseudo live action. Trade on Shu, back to serve. Jump serve, DeLuca handles it. Set, over to Luka Judkins with the big swing, number 11. That is Sam Stevens having quite the end of set game here. Sam blocks it up front, and we are at game point for Medfield. Trade on throws it up. DeLuca passes it up front. It's a little short, so Kagan. Judkins will send the free ball to the corner. Nice pass up front. High set, swing blocked. Medfield scrambles. They collect it. They'll send the free ball over. Mohawks with a chance. Kagan dumps over. They collect it. Swing coming up. It's off the block, out of bounds. And Medfield, from 4 down, comes back to win set number 1, 25-23. So we're going to have a good matchup here tonight. Mohawks and Warriors will switch sides. We'll be back in a minute. And we are about ready to get started. Set number 2. Set number 1, once again, Medfield picking up the first set, 25-23, as they made a nice comeback towards the tail end of that set. Really set up primarily mid-set, where the Mohawks struggled to tie some serves together, something they did very, very good in front in the first half of that set. Some unforced errors on the service line really kind of cut into some of the momentum. Mohawks will try to improve on that here in set number 2. We have our buzzer. Referees are checking the lineup, so I will as well. I see McGuire, Halloran, and Luka Judkins along the front with Kigan and Ryan Fitzgerald and Luka Judkins. So we got both Judkins out there, so let me just confirm on that. Yeah, Luka Judkins and Leland Judkins. And the lineup, and Fitzgerald will head off as the libero Frank DeLuca will take the mid spot there. Kagan with the big jump serve, here it comes. Handled nicely by Medfield. Swing, blocked up front, but falls on the Mohawk side. McGuire and Halloran try to combine, and they'll send it across. Coach DeMilla saying, hey, got to get those hands out in front of you a little bit more effectively. Big swing and kill. McGuire with the swing. Number 14 of your Mohawks collects the side out right back, and they will send Luka Judkins back. And that is an errant serve, so Judkins lets that one get away. Serve sent over, trying to eavesdrop a little on Coach DeMilla. There's an unforced error by Judkins. Medfield picks up the early 3-1 lead. I overheard Coach DeMilla asking how many errant service errors did the Mohawks have in set number 1, and he said 5, but they really kind of came at inopportune times when the Mohawks had an opportunity, and I think Leland Judkins trying to do maybe a little too much there, and I'll apologize to both Leland and Luka right now, because I'm bound to get those confused. West. They look a little alike, and they play a lot alike. So that's going to be an errant hit by Leland. Medfield stretches their early lead to 5-1. Send it over to Luka, pass up front. Nice pass, set, swing, blocked up front. Mohawks collected. Kagan sets again. Halloran tries, and that gets a little bit of tape and a little bit of pressure up front. Not sure Medfield really ever got to that, but point to Medfield. Cassius Costabile serving. That's going to catch the roof. Kagan with the nice free ball. Back set, long across, blocked up front. It's going to fall. That's McGuire and Halloran up to the task. Nice block up front. Fitzgerald will check in. Halloran comes off. DeLuca back to serve. Mohawks settling into their rotations. DeLuca, nice serve. See, big swing coming up off the block. They handle it. Luka over the top. Players there for Medfield. Big lefty swing. What a nice weapon that is. Oliver Manuel. For a lot of right-handed hitters, that would be a tough play. The lefty is able to put a pretty good swing on that. Collect the side out. He'll serve it. That'll catch the roof. Fitzgerald with a nice tip over. They'll reset, set across, blocked, not handled up front. That time Fitzgerald and McGuire trying to combine. Medfield expanding the lead to 6, 8-2. And that travels long, late read. Number 21, Luka Judkins gets a look at it, decides, hey, I'm gonna let that go. It was close, but it was out. Nice receive. That is going to be a third hit on the wrong side. Point to the Mohawks. So they'll cut the lead in half here at 8-4. McGuire with the jump serve, sends a good one over. Handled by Shu, nice set, dug by Judkins. Big swing up front, blocked. Leland not getting a read, the defenders in place. Nowhere to go with that swing. McGuire will head off as Timmy Kraus will head in. So a little off-rotation shift, overpass. See what Medfield can do with it. They dump over. Not a great dump over there. Big block up front. Once again, that is number 18, number 11. That would be Nate Koturba and Sam Stevens combining for the block. Hawks are going to have to solve that problem. They are reading that nicely. Kraus pass up front, big swing. Blocked up front, number, I want to say 13 maybe got to that one. No, it's 18, my apologies, Nate Koturba. Medfield's starting to stretch their lead here a little bit. Nice serve, dug out, and misread. Catches the sailing 25 odd feet above. Mohawks. A lot of sorts here. It's going to travel long, so the service error is going to give a little relief here to the Mohawks. They trail 12-5. So Leland back to serve. Big toss up, big swing, overpass, set, Kiggin. Bit of a miss hit. Big swing's going to travel long. They're going to say no touch. Point to the Mohawks. Brilliant serve by Judkins. Spins it up. Big serve going to travel long. Leland getting behind that one. Really went for it. About a foot and a half, 2 feet long. We'll see trade on Shu back to the service line. Really the kind of the service hero of set number 1. Serve the final 5, and the announcer's jink there, Wes. Announcer's jinx. I think I put on trade on. So Halloran will head in as DeLuca. As Fitzgerald tosses it up, serves to the back. They pass it up front nicely. They're going to set to the corner. Big swing, going to go long. They're going to get bailed out on a net violation. And it's going to be Henry Kiggin. Fitzgerald will head off. No rest for Frank DeLuca. He comes out. One play and right back in. Sam Stevens from Medfield back to serve. Tosses it up. Bit of a change up handled by Judkins. The toss over quick by Kiggin works out. Nice play by Henry Kiggin. He'll head to the service line. So the Mohawks trail by 6, so they've stopped to the expansion of the lead, having a little trouble cutting into it. Timmy heads off, miss hit by Kiggin into the net. Medfield, number 17, Max O'Terry back to serve. Kareem Tayara checks in for Medfield as well. Early season confusion with the lineups and the positions. Change up serve, Kiggin, big swing, they dig it out, it's blocked up front. Kiggin sends it to the back. I'm not going to say it was a carry, I didn't see that, but don't pay me for those dollars. Not sure if that was a center court violation or a carry, but either way, Medfield collects the point, doubles their pleasure at 16-8. Dump over, Shu into the net, and they can't dig it out. Mohawks collect the side out, 16-9. Nice serve by Leland, blocked up front, and they're gonna say inbound, off the block. So they're gonna say a Medfield player touched it ever so slightly. Falls out of bounds. Mohawks shrink the lead back to 6. And Luca back to serve, looks long, it is. As I said earlier, it's, service game has been okay for the Mohawks, but the service errors have come at times where they're really trying to build some momentum. They just can't sustain it. Passes a little bit over, tipped back to Halloran from Keegan. Nice play there. Blocked up front by Halloran, gonna go underneath the net. And that'll be a point to the Mohawks. DeLuca will head back to the service line. Halloran checks off. Fitzgerald into the game for your Mohawks. Set up front, big swing coming up off the block, collected by DeLuca. Send it over to Judkins. Delays the hit, tips it over. Nice read. Defenders are there. He lets them go up and down before he casually tips that over the net. Really nice play there. Good read. I think the Mohawks are going to need to do a little more of that. Some length and size for this Medfield team. Big swing, handled by Keegan. DeLuca with the back set. Keegan will punch it over. Pass it up front. Shoe with the set. Big swing. Keegan, Keegan tried to collect the errant pass, causes the overpass, and Medfield able to put it away. Kareem Tayara sends it over down the line. Keegan with the set over to Ludkin. And that's going to be long. And they're going to say those deflected out of bounds. So it will be a side out to the Mohawks. McGuire will head back to the service line. Mohawks need a little bit of a run here. We're getting deep into set number 2, 18-13. See if McGuire can get them started here. Nice serve, handled by Shoe. Freshman playing well. They punch it over. Keegan with the set. Tipped over, and they collect it, send the free ball over. Nice dump over, and that's going to find the pavement. That one tossed over at the right time. Mohawks shrink the lead to 4. See if McGuire can keep it going here. That's going to be, see if they can collect it. They cannot. And head coach Shue, Medfield seen enough. They want to see if they can stop this momentum. Mohawks with their best run of the set number 2 here. They trail by 3, 18-15. We'll be back to see how this one ends. Both teams early to the court, taking about 30 seconds of that timeout. And for the momentum breaker, we'll see if Medfield gets it. They take that pass, big swing, killed up front, so some nice system volleyball there. And they do, in fact, take advantage of that timeout. Cross will come in, McGuire will come off. The extra passer along the back. See the Judkins brothers along with, and that is going to be handled by one of them. Tipped over by Higgin. Keegan, can they take it out? They do. They send the free ball deep. Krause passes up front. Keegan to the corner. They tip over the D and dig it out again. Toss it over. DeLuca with the big save. Big swing coming up. Blocked up front. Put away. That's Keegan and Fitzgerald. Take it right back. We'll see if Leland can get it going here. Tosses it up, mini serve, short, hits the tape, tries the change up, and it just doesn't clear. Needed another 2 inches. So Medfield first to 20. Similar position first set, except in the reverse. Medfield was trailing here, and Medfield does in fact pick up the 21st point on the miss hit. Shu back to serve once again. Medfield's a lot of smiles over there, a lot of positive energy, and Coach DeMilla will say, let's cut into that a little bit. Let's try to stop this momentum, try to stay in set number 2. Mohawks trail by 5, 21-16. We'll be right back. All right, so both teams return from the timeout. Trade on Shu back to serve. Trade on tosses it up, floats it over. Kraus handles it. Kagan with the set across to Judkins. Big swing. Should be off the block. It is. So Judkins swinging through the block attempt. They'll pick up the side out and get trade on off of the service line, something they could not do in set number 1. So Ryan Fitzgerald will head off. Michael Tobin, number 33 for your Mohawks, checking in. His first action of the night, he'll send the floater over. A little bit of a safety serve there. They set to the corner, swing, handled by Tobin to Kagan. Halloran with the very short set, puts it off the net, off the blocker, and out of bounds. Mohawks within 3, 21-18. Tobin tosses it up, another safety serve, but that one travels wide, out of bounds. Off the service error, Tobin will head off. Frank to Luca the libero back in. Along with Judkins, Timmy Kraus, Kagan, and Halloran are your Mohawks. Trying to come back here. Kagan chases down that errant pass. Big swing is going to go wide. Just never really got in front of that. And Medfield within 2 have taken the 2-0 lead here. So they send it over, Timmy to Kagan. Kagan tries a quick spike. They dig it out. Halloran with the big swing off. Trade on Shu. They dig it out. They're going to send a free ball over to Luca. Kagan, Halloran can't put it away. Tried to go around Henry with the short set. Just a little too much to ask there. Halloran needed a little bit taller set. And we are at set point. Medfield sends it over, Kraus to Kagan, Cross to Judkins, big swing off the block, that's going to find the parquet, although there's a little bit of a foot attempt. I see, get an assist from the Kagan family. So he tosses it back in. And like that, Henry, yeah, that's going to be, I try to handle a very high pass serve. I think Elliot Webster would like another consideration on that one. Kagan with the serve, keeps it in play, overpass, they tip it back, then throw it over. Kagan sets, McGuire puts it away. Well, Mohawks playing with no room here. Henry will need 3 more to extend this one. Kareem Tayara will check in along the front line. Henry sends it over. Takes a little off that one, make sure it's in play. Big swing coming up, and I gotta say it was tipped off of the Mohawks, and that'll end set number 2. So valiant effort by your Mohawks. Try to come back from 7 down at 1 point. They shrink it down to 4. Not quite enough. They're gonna drop 2 sets here. Heading into set number 3, Mohawks will need a win to play a little extra volleyball here tonight. We'll be back to bring you that action. And we are just about ready to start set number 3. I do want to take a moment and make sure I introduce you to this season's Mohawks. And the team is made up of Michael Tobin, Aaron Perica, Ryan Fitzgerald, Frank DeLuca, Luca Judkins, Dylan McGuire, Charles Smith, Pat Halloran, the captain, Rafael Silva, Devin Cruz, Timothy Kraus, Henry Kigan, captains, and Leland Judkins round out your 2025 Mohawks. They are coached by Chris DeMilla, assistant coach Lizzie Cross, and Mark Django. Team managers DJ Silva. So looking forward to a fun season. This is a team, obviously dropping the first couple sets here. We'll see. They're certainly capable of playing with this Medfield team. It is a talented D3 team. Tri-Valley League features some D2s and some D3s. Always a bit of a challenge for the D5 small school of Millis High School. With that, we are underway. Nice pass up front, and Judkins just airmails that one. And the Mohawks still trying to settle in. Let's see what our lineup looks like here. I do see Michael Tobin, Henry Kigan along the front with Judkins, Leland Judkins, Timmy Kraus, Luca Judkins, and Little Barrow, Frank DeLuca, and unforced error there on the receiving end. So Leland not able to rail that one in. Trade on Shoe back to serve. For the Warriors. Bit of an overpass handled up front. Tobin throws it over. See if anybody's going to get to this. Nicely done. We'll send it over. Mohawks will set over to Judkins. Big swing. They dig that out. Nice pass up front. Tipped over Kraus, and that's going to get outside the antenna. So a nice effort by Timmy Kraus there. Not afraid to get the uniform dirty, rolling around on the floor here. Shoe sends it over. Another nice serve. Pass it up front over to Judkins in the corner. He tips it over. Dug out by Shoe. Well read. Big swing into the net. No chance on that. Elliot Webster just mistiming it, putting it deep into the net. Henry Kigan will head back to serve with the Mohawks trailing early here in set number 3, 3-1. Big jump. Change up. They're going to get it over. So nice adjustment there. Back set, swing off the block, and that's going to fall. Shoe trying to kick it over. Didn't work out. Marac Gymnasium with his late arriving fans tonight. Appreciate their support. See members of the baseball and softball teams. If you get some time on a nice day, head out to one of those fields and check out some good baseball and some good softball by those coaches. Head coach Jack Nally, the varsity baseball coach. And after this play, we'll finish that thought. Kigan sends it over. Oh, and that's going to be a palmed ball. Has way too much of himself to throw that backwards. And they send that over. Bit mishandle. Look and see if send the free ball over. Big swing by McGuire. Catches the tape. It was blocked. They tip it over. Medfield's going to set that. Big swing coming up off the block. Handled by Judkins over to Kigan. He sets. It's a bit off target. It's going to catch the antenna, which is out of bounds. McGuire not able to rail that in. So finish my thought on the varsity softball team. Head coach Brett McGowan will lead that crew. So they hope to have another successful season. And of course, your tennis and track teams in action as well. So lots of Mohawk sports going on. Urge you to take that in. Nice volley going on here. Ludkins with the swing. They dig that out. Send it over. And not able to dig that out. Frank DeLuca tries to reel that in. But the game is tightened up here a little bit early in set number 3, 5-4 in favor of Medfield as they head back to the service line. Send it over. Locked up front. Kigan to McGuire. They dig that out off the block. He'll send the free ball over for Toluca, sends it over, back set, McGuire off the block, handled by Tobin. Miscommunication, can't punch it over. So errant pass off the miscommunication on the set. A lot of scrambling on both sides. Sam Stevens tosses it up. Frank Toluca, Dylan McGuire over the D. I'm gonna send that overpass. Shoe. And that is gonna be blocked up front. Tobin gets his big paws on that one. And that is going to be wide. So another errant serve for your Mohawks. Luka Judkins, guilty of that infraction. Serve is over. Leland handles that one. They'll go back to him in the corner. Big swing, blocked up front. Tobin tosses it over quick. Shoot collects that one. They toss to the corner, and I think it's in. It is. That finds deep coffin corner. Perfectly placed ball by the Warriors. Not a lot of the defense can do about that. Serve tossed up to Luca. Bit of an overpass. They bring it back, dump it over. Kagan really setting that play up. Reaches over for the overpass, tips it backwards. And then Tobin does the rest. And Michael will head to the service line. Sends it over. They set it, lefty swing. Blocked up front, falls. Actually, don't think Mohawks got to the block. I think it was off the net. Either way, Tobin will collect the point. Back to the service line, tosses it up. Down the line, that's gonna catch the line. Oh. Wow, from our vantage point, I thought that caught some line. Referees disagree. Medfield will send the serve over. And that is out of bounds. Collected by the girls' varsity players on the scoreboard. And Judkins tries to, Luka Judkins tried to just kind of dump it over. Can't finish it. Coach DeMilla will stop a little of this momentum Medfield's got going. They're up 4, 11-7. They're in set number 3. And we are ready to resume action here. Medfield will serve. Errant pass, they track it down. Are we gonna get a free ball? No. Nice effort by the Mohawks trying to rail the errant pass in, but Medfield collects the point. Cassius Costabile serves it. Kagan, big swing and a kill. So Leland Judkins with a big swing from the corner. McGuire back to serve. Ellen sends it over, they pass it up front. Back set, lefty swing, and that's gonna be long, I think. And they're gonna say somebody either hit the net or stepped over the center line. They're gonna say it's Leland Judkins. Certainly didn't see that. So Kraus will check in, McGuire will come off. Not a lot going right for your Mohawks right now. They need to settle down, try to get back into their system here. They're gonna get a little help with the service error, but Mohawks playing a little flat right now. See if Leland can get him going. We know he can bring it. Sends the change up over. Big swing, gonna be long, no touch. So head back. Big swing, goes for it, travels long, no touch. Whelan probably looking to really put that serve on somebody. It finds open space, travels long. Big swing coming up. Timmy Krause passes up front, Kagan over to the corner. And that's gonna fall. Nice effort there by Oliver Manuel, but can't rail that in. DeLuca will head back to the service line. Love to see the Mohawks make a little move right here. Get some momentum going. Tie this one up. It's 14-11 in favor of the Warriors. Have a chance to big set. Swing blocked up front. Tobin, once again, I think one-handed, sends that back where it came from. DeLuca with the serve. A little miscommunication there, and that's going to be blocked up front. They put it away. I'm going to say it was palmed up. So Mohawks 1 point away from taking my advice and tying this one up. That's going to be mishit, and they are in fact going to tie it up. So DeLuca on a nice 3-point run. They got 4 in a row. Mohawks with a chance to take a mid-set 3 lead here. DeLuca with a nice serve. They dump it over. Some nice layers there for the Mohawks. They'll go back to the corner. And Luca not able to put that one away. So Medfield will regain the 1-point lead. Mohawks certainly back in set number 3. Radon sends another serve over. He's had an excellent service night. Tobin with the swing, and they're going to say it's wide. Radon sends a good one over, handled by DeLuca. Kagan. Luca sends a short one over. It's a nice dump over. Good touch play by Leland Judkins. McGuire will head back in as Krause heads off. Henry Kagan in to serve. 1-point game. Mills trailing by 1, 16-50. Kagan dribbles it through his legs, tosses it up. They pass it up front. Big swing. Kind of a dump over to Luca, and McGuire not on the same page. Medfield service over. Nice dig out, just the overpass there. They fake the dump over. Kagan, DeLuca will set. Leland from the middle, travels long. Mohawks saying it was touched. Mohawks certainly thinking the ball was touched. Referees really didn't see anything. So Medfield will serve once again, growing the lead back to 3. Mohawks need a side out. And that's just going to be an off-target set. Yes. Certainly looked like this. Someone on the Warriors side got the top of the net. No call. Referee right there, having right in front of him. So I'm going to assume just the optics from my end is Luca will put that one away, and they absolutely had to have a stop there. So a nice play, good swing. Luca getting on top of that one. Making sure defense had no chance to dig that out. Finds the center of the court. See if Leland can get going here, bring the Mohawks back. It's a soft one. They're gonna set it to the corner. They'll just punch it over. Kagan passes it up front to Luca. It's broken play, they'll send it over. And they're gonna say, not sure what the call is there. I'm going to assume it's either a net violation or a center line violation. Mohawks trying to figure this one out, playing better than the score, certainly. I'm going to set it back, and that's going to be into the net. So Mohawks will get the side out at 20-17 in favor of the Warriors. Tobin will collect the ball, head to the service line as DeLuca heads off. Come McGuire, Leland, and Pat Halloran along the front. The Mohawks really need to get something going right now. And dive along the out of bounds line. Luca, all definitely traveling long. Mohawks. Chris DeMillo will call timeout, so set number 3, we're getting late here. It's 21-17 in favor of the Warriors. Mohawks need to talk some very good strategy here in the final stanza of this one. Hoping to push it to a set number 4. If to do so, they're gonna have to come back. We'll see if they can do it. We'll be right back. And we are back to pseudo live action. Mohawks, no changes to the lineup. Serve is over, and trap pulls. They're gonna say it traveled long. So Mohawks get the ball. McGuire back to serve, trailing by 3. We're getting late. See what the Mohawks can do here. Nice serve by McGuire, collected nicely. Big swing, McGuire digs that out. McGuire up front, Halloran on the overpass. Who's stronger? It's Pat Halloran. He dumps it over. Mohawks trying to make some noise here. Love to force a set 4. Can they do it? Overpass, Halloran. Swings and kills it off the defender, falls to the ground. I'm surprised that the Warriors might call timeout here. McGuire tosses it up. Another nice serve, errant pass. They're gonna have to send a free ball over. They do. It's a short one. Go back to Leland. He dumps over. Layers are there for the Warriors. Big swing coming up. So Luca digs it out, but it's overpassed. So they'll dump over, and they find the middle. So we are 22-20. Kraus will head in, McGuire will head off. And Oliver Manuel will head in as Maxim Harding checks off. Lefty throws it up, he served well. DeLuca handles a nice serve. Go over to Leland, big swing, it's blocked up front. Medfield starting to smell a sweep here. Mohawks really have been in every set. They played better than the score. DeLuca with another nice dig. Receive on the pass. Swing, killed. Leland with a big cross-court swing and kill. Mohawks not ready to go gently into that good night. They trail 2. Leland hits the safety ball over. Pass it up front, big swing. It's wide. And it is a 1-point game, 23-22. Let's see what Leland can bring here. Short. They handle it, try to dump over, and it does not work out. And we are tied at 23. No timeout from the Warriors. They're gonna let this one play out. Leland sends it over. And more of a safety serve from Leland. Big swing coming up, handled by DeLuca. Catches the rafters, so Mohawks will have to adjust. They toss a free ball over. Warriors set to the corner, big swing, 23, blocked up front, Shoe digs that out. Another big swing coming up. DeLuca, free ball, beautiful play by Leland Judkins, Kraus passes it up front. Kagan with the dump over. They collected longest rally of the night. Big swing. This one handled by Luca. Timmy tracks that one down. Kagan sends another free ball deep. Defense resets. They'll set to the middle. Big swing. Dug out. Overpass into the net. And Medfield collects the point. Longest rally of the night. 24-23. Warriors will head back to the service line with a chance to win it. Elliot Webster has to head into the hall to collect that ball. He does. Regroup, toss it high. Big serve coming up. Kraus handles it. Henry with the set. Halloran with the stuff and the kill. And we are tied at 24. We'll play for 2. 2 more points. Tobin heads back in. Halloran will take a seat on that big play. DeLuca sends a good serve over. They pass up front. Big set, swing, put away, off the block attempt. And Luca and Michael Tobin there trying to line up the block. So Mohawks will have to fend off another game point here. And wouldn't you know, trade on shoe once again. This one handled Tobin, big swing. And they're going to say that traveled out of bounds, awfully close. So the Mohawks will fall to set number 3, 26-24. For West Cote, I'm Paul Eaton. Thank you for watching. The Mohawks fall to the Warriors, 3-0 in a game that they really played well in. And certainly we can be optimistic that this team is going to compete this year in this Tri-Valley League. Again, a D3 Medfield team against the D5 Mohawks. Kind of like what we saw at times. They played extremely well. And I think if they can string a little more of that together, we're going to see more wins than losses this year. So once again, final 3-0 in favor of the Warriors. For West Cote, I'm Paul Eaton. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.